Alright, what is going on everybody on YouTube? Griffin here from Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur, coming back to you guys with another hopefully informative live stream for you guys. First and foremost, if you're just new to me in the channel and you're just into the stock market overall, not even just the stock market, but really just any way to make money online, essentially. Like I always say, there's no get rich quick scheme type of stuff here whatsoever. I hate those. I've been scammed by them myself. Like I always say, anyone that promotes like get rich quick type of BS should be thrown in jail, if you ask me. I think we'll see that with time. But anyways, definitely stay hitting that subscribe button, of course. We'd love to have you here. I go live now just about every single day. And going forward, I'll go ahead and start with this. For those of you that aren't new, you know that I said I'll be going to a midnight to 8 shift at my job, overnight shift. So what I'm expecting is, yes, in all honesty, I'll get some sleep in my job, but I'm also going to go to sleep before I go in a little bit, get a good 2 hours of rest in before. So I should be well rested enough where I can come home, hop on here live with you guys, do some live trading. If you look back, I did like a 5-hour live stream just about a week ago. I look to do stuff similar to that with you guys just because it seemed that we had a lot of interaction. We had like 5 or 6 different people at one point. Just looking forward to just growing this community overall. So that's what I'm really looking forward to doing starting this week, is at least at the minimum every other day, because that is when I usually trade every other day thanks to the PDT rule. I'm considering splitting my account in 2 and then being able to day trade every single day. But for the time being, at the minimum, every other day is what I'm shooting for a live, just total all-out live market stream. Essentially, you all are literally going to see every trade I make. But yeah, if you're interested in that, like I said, if you're new, consider subscribing so you won't miss out on that. And if you want to get like notified, I guess YouTube has like a bell little thing you can hit and you'll get notified as soon as I go live. But yeah, I go live just about every single day, sometimes twice a day, and I try to upload videos pretty often on top of that. But yeah. So anyways, we'll go ahead and get right to it. It's another Sunday stock watch. What I'm really looking out for is just obviously the volatility in this market. Obviously, if we look, I don't even want to look at the 180-day. I want to take you guys just the previous 3 years. Obviously, I want to go back even further, actually. Let's go back even 10 years, because literally, guys, we've seen 10 years of nothing but growth. And our president just tweeted again. That doesn't matter. It's about golf. Shocker. But we have literally seen, what, 10 years of consistent growth ever since the crash in 2008. Yeah, this is 08 and this was 09 is when we finally started to get out of it. But we've literally seen, what, consistent economic growth over the last 10 years with pretty much not a single hiccup other than in 2015, 2016, we kind of had one. I believe back in like 2010, 11, yeah, we also had a little hiccup. But I mean, we did not ever see like a correction where we lost like, what, more than 10%? I don't think. Let's go ahead and zoom in on each one if you guys want to look, because I wasn't even trading back here. But like, let's see here. So yeah, roughly about 10 to 15%. We never saw anything like huge. So I mean, we're due for a huge sell-off. Am I saying by any means that like it's just gonna continue and we're gonna drop down? I mean, I'm looking at SPY currently, but SPY pretty much goes hand in hand with S&P 500. For those of you that don't know, I mean, we can look at it if you want, just so we get a better perspective. SPXC, literally the same chart essentially. Where do I think we'll see this go? I think with the SPY, I think we will go ahead and drop back down. I would say as low as 2,100 points. In all honesty, there's some people are saying even worse, like 1,900. Who's to say at the end of the day? I'm judging it more just off the SMA. That's why I'm saying around 21 to 2,200. But I mean, charts obviously thrown out the window altogether when it comes to just huge market sell-offs and recessions. I hate using that word, but it's been getting thrown around a little bit lately. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't like fear-mongering or anything like that. But I'm just saying, am I surprised that this is happening? Would I be surprised whatsoever if we wake up next week and we're currently, what, at 2604? Would I be surprised if next week we're around 2,300, 2,400? Absolutely not. But I mean, I'm no insider or anything, so I wouldn't know. But anyways, now if we go back to just the 180-day overall, if it'll load up here, you can see that just this year, I mean, this year we started out just awesome. I mean, just right out of the gate, if we can load, that'd be great. I'll go back to SPY, I guess, since SPX is having issues. I don't know why we're having issues. Is the stream doing all right? Hopefully we're doing all right over here. It looks like we're doing okay. If the stream's having issues, let me know in the chat. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess try to reload my Thinkorswim altogether. I don't know why it's having issues currently. Let's go ahead and reload this back up. Wrong one. Hopefully, I don't know if y'all will even be able to see that quote. It's kind of blurry. I'm kind of disappointed with how blurry that is. How do you guys like my new chair? I don't know if you guys noticed. I got a new chair. I like stole this chair in all honesty. Not literally stole it, but the dude who's selling this chair, which is like brand new, literally. There's not like a single, it's a dark brown leather chair. I've always like wanted one of these. I've just been like saving so much money and just sticking with my little cheap chair that I just didn't worry about it. But I saw this on Facebook with like a brand new desk, and the dude was selling it all for $140. So I was like, well, how much do you want for the chair? And he said $40. And I probably could have got it for less, but I was like, I'll come get it right now for $30. And he said, okay. I was like, shit, I'm getting like a brand new chair. And I mean, this chair is just so comfortable. I'm definitely loving it for sure. I think that's I always forget my username because I got so many different usernames. But, God, I hate when Thinkorswim does this stuff. Let's see if we got anything going on here. So hopefully someone will let me know if the stream's doing well. I think we're doing good enough. Hopefully we're not doing too bad. Looks like we're not doing horribly. And I apologize ahead of time if like right now or in the near future, like next few days or week, if my voice kind of sounds groggy at all. It's just, I think I might be actually getting ready to get a cold. I really hope not. I hate colds. They're about like the flu if you ask me. But yeah, hopefully it won't last long. I just got like a scratchy throat right now. But anyways, I identified what I would see as like our quote-unquote breaking point here. And a lot of people have pointed this out too. It's like, it's not just me that's like pointing this out. There's a lot of people are pointing this out as like the make or break point. Because why? Every time it's gotten down below like 253 on the SPY specifically, what has it done? It's consistently got rejected kind of as a support. And we've kind of just shot right back up to like 260, 270 and so on. So a lot of people are pretty much identifying this just as your main support, like the make or break support essentially. If we want to just zoom in a little bit further, you can see obviously when back in February we had this huge sell-off. Obviously a lot of people were freaking out. This was actually right when I was starting to like look around on YouTube about just how to day trade and whatnot, because right after this I knew volatility was here. Like volatility is back. And I was like, now might be my time to like jump in. And that's when I started looking up a whole bunch of YouTube videos, courses. Like I said, I've never gotten in a course, but I just started learning. And what's going on, JWYMC2? Looking forward to tomorrow. Me too, man. I love volatility so much. I think I'm going to definitely make all my money back tomorrow. Obviously, I've been in TVIX and DRIP. I think I'm definitely going to make all the money back on those, plus some tomorrow. It'll be interesting for sure. But like I said, I kind of started learning right in here, and then I finally started investing and whatnot, obviously around the end of February, but not in SPY or anything. I was just saying, like, once I saw this sell-off, that was when, like, I knew this might be a fun time to start day trading, swing trading, whatever form of trading. I didn't even know the terms. I'm still learning terms in all honesty, but point being, you can see every time we've gotten down around 254, 253, it's essentially gotten rejected by the support and shot right back up literally every single time. We got near it again. When was this? This wasn't too long ago. Yeah, it was around the beginning of the month. We got down to like 253.9 or 254, and then we went back up. And then obviously if we look at this last week, let's just look at the 10-day even. 10-day, what we do? 254, just above. Boom, went ahead and shot right back up. So it's going to be interesting for sure. I mean, with all the news that's going on, I mean, obviously we had a push up, like we had a huge push up actually. I remember this is when I got really pissed off because it was around when I got into TVIX. I was expecting us to trend down, but I should have knew. I drew these trend lines out actually today, and this is just kind of how I see SPY moving in general. Obviously it can take a massive dip if it ever gets below the 254 mark, 254 flat. If it can get below that, I think we're just going to see it just keep on dropping relatively quick. I mean, I think a lot of people think this market's going to bleed slow just because in reality, I mean, the market is manipulated. A lot of people think that they're going to just try to hold it up as much as possible, thus a slow bleed, as they like to call it. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think if we do break 254, I think we're just going to see, I wouldn't say a free fall, but just something, it would happen relatively quick, like within a couple weeks is what I'm thinking. So it's just going to be an interesting week. I mean, we have a lot of news going on with the trade war with China, obviously. Trump's been somewhat quiet over the weekend about it. I know he had a couple tweets Friday after hours, and I think he had one on Saturday, yesterday as well, that kind of hinted at it some more. And I think another, he mentioned the Chinese president's name on Twitter today, if I remember right. But it wasn't really nothing too indirectly related that I can recall. But either way, I'm looking for the market to really open up. I mean, I think pre-market hours, we're probably going to see SPY do this little fake BS push-up. If you remember on Friday, if we just look at the one day, it kept trying to have these BS little push-ups. Like, it kept trying to just push itself up, and then it would kind of fall, push it. I mean, they kept trying to push this thing up more and more and more near the end of the day. You can see the volume kind of spiked, especially right at the end, like after hours it spiked. It's just total BS at the end of the day. I don't see it continuing to go up. I think we might start out pre-market hours around like 262. I mean, and that's even pushing it. We're currently at 259.72. I think around 260 to 262 at the most pre-market. And then I think once the market opens, you're going to see just massive sell orders come in. And I think we're going to see it go well below the 258. I'm looking at a possibility of probably 256 for Monday. It could go lower. Like I said, I'm no like fortune teller or anything. I'm just telling you guys straight up what I'm being prepared for. So what would that mean essentially just for the markets overall if we continue to have a sell-off? Obviously it means volatility through the roof. So what's that going to mean? You're going to be more interested in like your VIX. Obviously you can't like, I don't think you can actually hold shares of like VIX, but TVIX obviously kind of follows VIX. I think if you do futures, UVXY, I believe that's a future if I remember right. UVXY, you can get into some of that if I recall. There's just so many different highly volatile stocks that you can get in that will obviously go up, because if you look at UVXY, if you look at UVXY over the last 10 years, maybe, time interval, oh, we're just on the time interval. I want to do, what am I doing? 3 year. This isn't a good example. I forget. Oh well. Point being, pretty much as the stock market goes down, you can look for like just VIX stuff overall to go up. That might be partially why. I don't know if that's partially why this is kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, you can pretty much look for anything VIX related to essentially go up. They are highly volatile, which is obviously great for day trades. That's why I hopped in TVIX multiple times. Is drip better in a volatile market? I'm still kind of learning that specifically. I'm kind of thinking so, in all honesty, from what I've been reading on. Obviously, as you can tell, I mean, drip pretty much did the inverse of what the market did. You can see drip obviously started going down near the end of the market day because of what? I mean, look at SPY. It started to kind of have a push up near the end of the market day. So I can definitely see where you're getting that, and I thought the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, so I've been looking it up. What I'm really looking for is /CL, because yes, a lot of people get mad when I mention this, but /CL, although it's not like directly related to like drip, and I don't even think gush, what do you see? Is /CL is going down overall and had started to go up. What did you see with drip? You saw drip go up, and then it started to go down when CL /CL started to go up. So it's not directly, yes, it's not directly related, but I don't care about like the 100% technicals. I like what works. I like what just makes sense to me. And when I look at /CL, I mean, look, it's literally just about inverse. And then when you look at gush, what do you see with gush? You see what? Pretty damn similar, right? So that is why I use /CL when it comes to like gush and drip. It's just what makes sense to me. I mean, doesn't it look pretty similar? Gush would directly, quote unquote, directly go with /CL, like follows it. I mean, they look pretty close in all honesty. The general point is, as this goes down, you can look for gush go down, and as this goes down, you can look for drip to go up. So what I'm saying here is I'm looking for /CL to continue to trend down. It's kind of interesting that it had started to trend up some, it looks like, lately. Obviously, futures continue like all throughout the weekend. The futures don't sleep, essentially. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to watch it here, probably some tonight. Probably not too much, but let's look. It looks like we have a headline here. Global Energy Roundup Market Talk, 4/8/1735. So apparently it just happened. But I'm gonna watch it for sure. Let's see, up 19 since, okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch it for sure, see what happens. I'm definitely gonna watch it when I wake up first thing in the morning tomorrow. But yeah, just the only thing you really need to know when it comes to drip is, like I said, just watch /CL. As it goes down, you can pretty much look for drip to go up. Another thing to do with the drip, I know I'm kind of dodging your question, it might seem, just because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly 100% if it is better in a volatile market. It seems like it, especially if you've been following it the last week or so like I have. But what I still want to keep an eye on is just my overall trend. If it can, obviously, like I said, I messed this up. I need to fix that. But I have like 2 different trend lines drawn, or maybe even 3. But anyways, what I want to see is some form of confirmation that drip is actually going to actively start to trend up. What did it do? It made a new low. That is what kind of freaked me out about drip, is that it made a new low recently. So what I need to see is some form of confirmation that's going to break above the was it 180-day SMA? Yeah, see, I wanted to break above this 180-day SMA. So it pretty much needs to get like solidly above $14 and not get rejected over and over. I mean, that's for more of long term, but for like the short term, obviously I just want to look at the 20-day. If it can break solidly above the 20-day, which is around $13, you can see every time it's gotten above $13, yes, it's gone above it decently, like to 14, and then it's gotten rejected. And I was real excited here when we bounced off of 1275. I was like, we might be seeing it getting ready to trend above that SMA, which would be confirmation that's going to continue up. But I mean, I'm still waiting. I want to see it go up. Obviously, I'm still in it, but I want to see it go up, and then I want to see it bounce right around the SMA. So where would it bounce then? I want to see it bounce right around 13 or even higher, like 13, 15 would be ideal. If it can continue to just bounce higher and higher, show true confirmation that it wants to start actively trending up. I mean, if you look recently, obviously, if you look about right here, I'll draw some new trend line. I'll go ahead and delete these because they're kind of bad to begin with. But I just want to remove it, damn it. But remove, there we go. So if we look recently, you can see that overall, yes, we've been kind of showing signs that it wants to trend up. But I mean, just look at what day was that. Wasn't that Thursday? Let me go ahead and get these trend lines drawn real quick, and we'll dive into it even more. Get this drawn like that, like that. So recently, yes, it's been showing signs it wants to actively trend up. But what scared me, what's worried me, is that we obviously had this huge sell-off that it went from what, like 1370, if I remember right, yeah, like 1380, and it dropped all the way down to 1140. So what I'm looking for, like I said, if we can start to trend solidly above that SMA, is this where I'm saying like a solid resistance is? No, it's just a general trend line. That's why you can see, obviously, you see that it's going above. It can go above, but generally it's going to come back down into the zone. This is why I like to call it target zone, specifically for day trading. So what I'd be looking for in a day trade, in essence, if I wasn't already in it, was obviously I'd be looking for some form of resistance, probably around like 1350. A lot of people actually are calling it out to hit around 1325 to 1350 tomorrow. Just depends, obviously, like I said, on /CL. But wait for it to get rejected. I would wait for it to come back down to some point. At this point, that's the thing that I'm worried about. Is it going to hit 1140? Is it going to go lower? Or is it going to become slightly higher? If it follows the general pattern, you'd think it would do what? Make higher lows, higher highs, obviously. But that hasn't really been the case. We had a high around $15 back in March around the 19th, and then we had a huge sell-off, and I don't know. I mean, yes, it's a highly volatile stock for sure. There is potential for day trades, I mean, almost every single day with this stock, which is awesome. But, I mean, look, 8%, over 8% on Friday. That's huge. I would have definitely sold off for profits if I had gotten in that day, if I was anybody. I mean, I probably would have waited and only got like 5 or 6%. But still, huge profit there. But, anyways, like, as for drip overall, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Let's look at the 5-day. So, yeah, like I said, I'm looking for it to... It's hard to get a good read on it with the SMA, the EMA. Let's look at the 1-day. So for the 1-day, the SMA is trending up on the 1-day, and what was the 5-day was trending up too, wasn't it? It's starting to show signs of trending up. Yes. So what I'm looking for is I'm paying more attention to the 1-day. Obviously, 1-day SMA. I'm wanting it to get back above it. Obviously. It's showing signs that it does want to. It's showing signs of oversold right in here, and it's consolidated going into after hours Friday, of course. MACD still showing signs that it's time to start trending up. So I would definitely say 1325 to 1350 is possible tomorrow. Specifically, I jumped into Gush Friday while it was. So did you hold Gush? I know a few people actually that did hold Gush because what I'm expecting, in all honesty, is for drip to probably, I mean, yes, I think drip is going to continue up, but drip is well known for having somewhat of a pullback in the mornings. I mean, you can see here it pulled back, hit a low of like 1171. Actually, if I remember right, it had a pullback and just continued the pullback. Let's see if we look right here. You can see right here, going into early market hours sell-off. Started going up, had a minor sell-off in the morning. I'm expecting similar. I think it'll have a minor sell-off. So if you're in Gush, depending on where exactly you bought, I think I have a good idea that you got a pretty decent price on Gush if you bought it around when I'm thinking you bought it. But I would definitely probably sell it decently, like early in the morning, like going early market hours, like opening bell and whatnot. Just simply because the pattern of it. You can see Gush would drop off, so what would that mean for, Gush, drip would drop off, so what would that mean for Gush? You might see a slight push up, especially with /CL going up after hours, and what looks like pre-market hours, it'll probably continue up. With it being slightly up, you can look for Gush to probably open up slightly up. So depending on where you are on it, I would probably go ahead and sell it pretty early. I'm obviously a pretty conservative trader, investor, whatever you wish to refer to me as. So what I'm looking for specifically, I mean, I can go ahead and look at Gush, so like you have a better idea. I'm not just talking inverse. But what do you see? Push up. Obviously, it had a minor push. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, obviously, they're inverse. So as one does one, the other's going to do the other. And if we just look at the general pattern for like the last couple days, you see that it had this push up, had a little push up. So what would you expect? You'd see a minor push-up, and especially since the SMA might be acting as a resistance, I don't think we're going to see 2350 at all, to be honest. I mean, we're at 2250 now. I mean, could you? Yes. I think, however, we might see it around 23 at the highest. I'm thinking more around 2275 first thing in the morning. So, I mean, you're talking from 2250, where apparently it's currently at, up to 2275. You're talking about another whole percent potential profit. And if you want to push it to around, like I said, 23, you're looking at another percent and a half profit. So you're looking at another 2% profit potential first thing in the morning. I just would not hold it very long because obviously, yes, it is a highly volatile market. If you do, keep a very, very close eye on /CL and just keep an eye on the markets overall, see what they're doing. I mean, whatever is going to happen, I think is going to happen relatively quick in the morning just because all the news has been going on since Friday. How we ended Friday. You never like to see a red Friday. Like going into the weekend, you never want to see a red Friday because generally Monday follows. And usually Monday is worse than Friday. And obviously we were almost down 600 points on the Dow alone. I tend to just go by the Dow for like general. I'm not like obviously in like hardly any stock. I'm not in any stocks actually that deal with Dow. It's just that's like the general base line, so to speak, when you want to talk about overall market movement. The Dow was down almost 600 points, like 572, 576, something like that. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Dow might be down 700 points tomorrow. So just keep an eye on just the markets overall. But for Gush and Drip specifically, you always want to look at forward/CL. Keep an eye on it overnight. I mean, obviously not overnight because you got to get some sleep. But I'd keep an eye on it tonight a little bit before you go to bed. I wouldn't like stress on it or anything. But keep a little eye on it. See if it goes negative or positive. Looks like it's going to stay positive, at least for the time being. Keep an eye on it pre-market hours. Got in at 21.75, so you're not doing too bad. 75 cents a share. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking you could get up to 23, but I think you're going to see a solid resistance between 22.75 and 23, which at that point I think you'll see it go ahead and get rejected. Let me go ahead and zoom back out. I think I want to look at the 20-day on this. So the 20-day. So you've been seeing a solid resistance right around 24 in general to begin with, and then a good support, good entry point right around 21.50, I would say. Yeah, right around 21.50. I don't want to misguide you, so I don't want to like make you lose some profits or anything. That's another thing. Like I said, I'm never going to tell you exactly where to get out. I mean, I can make suggestions on what I would do personally. Like me personally, I mean, you got in at 21.75. Let's go ahead and just look back at the 5-day and let's just zoom back in. So you got in roughly right around 21.75, and if I can click on it, 21.75. Come on. And we're currently at 22.50, so you're already up what, 3.5%? Yeah, you're up about 3.5% already. So I mean, if you can get another 1.5%, I mean, I would be okay with that. If you sold off around 22.85, you're looking at 5%, over 5% profit right there. So I'm a strong advocate always of just covering profits. You can always get back in a stock, ETF, whatever you're trading. You can always get back in. But I mean, you never know in this market. We're in such a volatile market. I just don't want to take risks. I don't want to take big risk whatsoever. I don't even want to take much of a risk at all. Obviously, trading the stock market is high risk in general, but I always want to lower my risk as much as possible. Like I said, I'm a pretty conservative trader, investor overall, and I know that we're entering a bear market. We're in a very volatile market right now. If I can make, like I said, 2, 4, 5, over 5%, I'm going to take that over risking another. I mean, let's say you sold off, like I said, around 22.80, 22.88 in this case. You're already at 5.5% profit right around there at that time. Why would you risk your 5.5% for potentially another 5%? I mean, to me, I mean, that's where I'm identifying the next resistance is probably right around $24 because that's where the general resistance has been. It's just up to your trading style at the end of the day. Are you more of a day trader, swing trader? Would you be okay with it pushing up and then having a minor pullback to like 21.80 and then continuing to bounce up to like 24 and then sell off another who knows how many days, 1, 2, 3, maybe a whole week before you see that return? Would that extra 5% be worth it to you? It's just you have to calculate your type of investing style, your type of risk, what you like, how much your gut can take. It's just up to you and your style at the end of the day. If you're really busy and can't keep an eye on your stocks, your investments and whatnot, your portfolio all day, like I'm lucky enough to be able to, then like I said, I would cover pretty early in the morning. It's just me personally. That's just my style at the end of the day. I'm identifying a slight resistance here right around 22.75 to 23. That's why I'm saying you should probably, I would say if I was in your shoes, I would get out around there because you're still looking at 3 to 5% profit either way. Profit is profit. I always cover profits. I'll never be able to stress enough to you guys covering profits and its importance. I mean, just look at your indicators. Even RSI is starting to show signs of possible overbought. MACD, another thing, that's starting to point down. So, I mean, yeah, I would definitely, let's look at the 1 day before I jump to conclusions. Yeah, I don't know. MACD and RSI is not horrible on the 1 day, but they're definitely not in your favor by any means. They're both starting to show signs of actively trending now. So, I mean, if you can get 22.75, me personally, I'll go ahead and cover because you're looking at $1 profit a share. I mean, that's not bad, especially depending on how many shares you buy. If you bought 10, you made $10 really quick. I mean, that's $10 for not even really working. I don't really see this as working. I love this. This is like my passion. I'm so glad that I finally like found this, how to do this, how to trade. I mean, it's so fast. I'm a numbers guy to begin with, and when I can make money, I can make my money work for me and do this. I don't see it as work. So if I can make 10 quick dollars and not even really be working for it, I mean, I'll just cover my profits and go on. Some people have different takes on it, but that's just me personally. How's my stream doing, by the way? I don't know if you were here earlier. I was asking about that. It looks like we're not doing too bad, but hopefully we're doing good. You can pull back up here, get a quick drink. Oh man, my throat hurts. Hopefully I feel a little better in the morning. I'm not feeling sick, it's just my throat's scratchy. But yeah, I mean, just look at the markets. I mean, they're just red. And these are mostly penny stocks, a lot of them. FNF, I didn't know I had FNF on my watch list still. Like I said, I need to go through here actually and update my watch list. FNF is actively trending down. This is just the one day. Look at the potential for day trades. That's actually not a good potential. It lost 1%. Yee. Let's look at the 5. Damn. Saw a nice little push up that day. I'm wondering if this tends to move with the market. So it's Fidelity. That might move with the market. So yeah, I'll be staying away from that. Oh, you be going live in the AM. Yes. So like I said, you probably missed the beginning of the stream. No big deal. But so from like here going forward, I'm actually going to be off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and going to work Wednesday night around midnight. And I get off at 8 a.m. And luckily where I work, I feel like I got something in my lip. Luckily, like at my work, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm probably going to get a few hours of sleep there. Not consistent. I know it's not like good for my body overall, but it's not going to be very long. It might be as early as the summer that I'm going to quit. And by the end of the year at the most, I'm for sure quitting because we're moving to Texas by the end of the year, thankfully. Just because the position that we're in now. I'm grateful, of course. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be live tomorrow. So like starting this week, I'm hoping to go live at least every other day depending on my trading. I'm highly considering dividing my account up into 2, not like 2 different accounts, but like right now I have like roughly $800 or so. So I would day trade with $400 every single day. And then obviously that'll go up with time because hopefully making those profits every day. But what I'm hoping at the minimum is to do every other day. If I don't split up my account because of PDT and all that, I'll go live at the minimum every other day. So this week would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The following would be Tuesday, Thursday. And then over time, I mean, it will eventually go every single day. But in all honesty, it also depends on how much sleep I can actually get because we're going to be going to bed like around like 9:30. That way I can get a good 2 hours of sleep before going into work. And then hopefully I'll still be just so tired that I'll go ahead and fall asleep for a couple more hours. I'm hoping to get at least 2 to 3 hours of sleep, maybe even slightly more some nights at work. That way I'll at least come home with a good 4 to 5 hours, maybe even slightly more, 5 hours of sleep. Obviously it's not like good to most people, but I mean, I'm young, 5 hours is plenty. I'll come home, hop on here with you guys, do some live day trading. You guys will literally see me do every trade. I'll go over stocks that you guys want me to look at, as long as I'm not like in the moment with a stock that like I need to sell or buy or get in whatever ASAP. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because that one stream that I did last week seemed to not do too bad. I think we gained like 3 subscribers off that alone. And the channel, I'm not saying the channel's taking off or anything, but I mean, we've gained like about close to 7 to 10 subscribers, I think, just the last week alone. So, I mean, that's always encouraging. I just want to reach as many people as possible, of course. But, yeah, so tomorrow specifically, I'm probably going to come on. I'm in Central Time, U.S. Central Time. I'm in the state of Missouri. So, what I'm planning on doing is hopefully hopping on, like I said, even last week, I want to hop on roughly 5 at the minimum, 5 to 15 minutes before the market opens. So for Central Time, it would be between 8:15 to 8:25. Eastern Time, that would be what, 9:15 to 9:25, and then on the West Coast in California, you're what, like 2 hours behind us. So just adjust accordingly depending on your time zone. But yeah, so I plan on, just know in general, I plan on hopping on roughly around 10 minutes before market open. That way I can answer any quick questions before we like hop on in. What I'll be looking at specifically tomorrow in the AM is /CL/GC. Why am I going to be looking at /GC so much? Because I'm considering, I mean, I'm not going to have no money really to mess with tomorrow because I'm still looking to dump TVIX and DRIP. But I might actually have some extra money that I might actually, I don't know. It's just, I'm going to keep an eye on /GC because JNUG is one that I'm definitely like interested in, because as /GC goes up, you can look for JNUG, if I remember right down, or is it JDST? Let's look at /GC. Oh, wrong one, /GC. So it has been trending up. And then let's look at JDST really quick. So it had been going down. And then JNUG going up. So pretty much as /GC goes up, you're going to be looking to see JNUG continue to go up. Only thing that I'm slightly worried about is this /GC is down 230 this weekend. So let's go back to /GC. So you can see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for it to get ready to bounce off of this SMA. That's another one that I'm going to be just looking at in the morning. If it bounces off the SMA, say we wake up and it's back up to like 1,334 or higher, then I'm not going to be too worried about it, because it's going to show signs of that it's going to bounce off that SMA and continue up. The reason why I'm interested in JNUG and /GC is because this is gold futures, and if the market continues to sell off, and what do you think is going to happen? The value of our dollar is going to go down, and when the value of our dollar tends to go down, gold tends to just boom, just go up. Not necessarily skyrocket, but it goes up a good decent amount. So with that being said, if the market shows signs that it's going to continue to sell off tomorrow, which I'm fully expecting, which I think most people with a brain at this point are expecting, that would mean that JNUG is definitely a good buy. I think JNUG is going to have a pullback in the morning, especially if /GC is still like down whatsoever. I would look for JNUG to probably come back down here to around like 1360, maybe even 1350, and then bounce off of this SMA as well. Just depends on where /GC is in the morning. We're already almost back up to 1,334. So I mean, it's just going to be interesting, like I said, to watch. Like I said, I'll look for JNUG to slightly pull back in the morning along with /GC. Just follow it and then continue to push up. I mean, let's say it only bounces around 1365. Say you wait for some confirmation and get in around let's just say 1380, because you're conservative like me. I'm looking for it to hit 14 plus tomorrow, in all honesty, pending the market doing what most people are expected to do. Let's say you just sell it off around 1410. That's a quick 2.5%. I'm wanting to get a lot more out of it. I don't know if I can zoom out. Let's go to 10-day maybe. Or here, just do that. So like I said, let's say you even got in a little higher, 1385. Say you kind of missed out on it, you missed it, you didn't set a limit order or anything. Say you got in at 1385. Say you wrote it up. I'm thinking we'll see 1430 tomorrow. That's a quick almost 3.5% profit. So just wanted to be on the lookout for it. I mean, depending on how big the sell-off is tomorrow, we might see this puppy continue to trend up. We might see it test that high of 1446. I would say 1450 is not the realm of possibility tomorrow. That's less than $1 up. I mean, it's not like impossible. I mean, look, that's almost 5% profit. So the potential is there. It's setting up nicely. I'm going to be watching JNUG and /GC a lot this week. Right on, I'll be tuning in the markets. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a fun day for sure. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, I'm tied into TVIX and DRIP. But the TVIX one is actually probably gonna end up. I think with TVIX, we're probably gonna see $12 tomorrow. That's looking very likely at this point. A lot of people are saying 12 at the minimum. Obviously, we'd have to get where we at right now, 1034. The bid is currently around 1037. I think in the morning we're going to open up around 1045, depending on pre-market. But if we get up to 12, you're looking, I mean, that's a huge profit that people are predicting. But TVIX is such a volatile. I mean, this is why I love TVIX. It's super volatile. Yes, you can get burned on it just as quick as you can cash in. But if you follow it, it literally does the inverse 99% of the time. It does the inverse of the market. Does that mean that it's going to follow the market's percentages? No, because as the market goes down 2%, TVIX goes up like 10% or more, sometimes 20. Obviously, if you followed it last week, it went up 22% at one point one day. So if it goes up just to $12, I mean, you're looking at 14%, almost 15%, and some people are saying we might hit 1250 plus. If you do that, I think I see why a lot of people are saying that, because TVIX has shown over and over it can do 20% in a day. Do I think 1250 is really possible for tomorrow alone? Not quite. That's why I'm saying if we can get to 12, I'm probably just going to go ahead and get my profits, because I got in at 1167, which I know I'm not going to get like huge profits. I got in at a horrible buy price. I like rode the hype. It was just, again, rookie mistake. But I mean, 1167 to 12, you're looking at still about 3% profit. Like I said, I learned my lesson for sure on this as well as drip. I just hopped in at horrible times. I had just gotten back from vacation. If anything, I should just took the day off, done a little bit of due diligence, and then hopped into the markets. What day would that have been? Thursday. But I was just so ready, because it had been, I mean, I want to trade every single day. That's another reason why I'm considering like dividing my funds into two. That way I can trade every single day. But I definitely learned my lesson. If I get put in that situation again, I'm just going to take a day, just sit back, do some due diligence, and then hop in. But either way, I'm still going to look positive. I'm probably going to do 3% on each one. It's looking like with the drip, I got in right around 13.25. I got in at a horrible price. I'm not even going to lie to you guys about that. If I remember, I was like, let's just say 13.30, because I don't remember if it was 13.25 or 13.25. Tomorrow, what's looking possible for drip is some people are saying 14. So, I mean, if we do get up to 14, you're looking at right around 5%, which obviously isn't bad at all. I'm personally looking forward to have a pretty strong resistance right around like 1360, 13. I mean, there's already going to be a strong resistance tomorrow right around 1320. There's been a strong resistance around 13 to 1320 for the longest. I've called it out over and over. But if we break through, I think we'll see a next resistance right around 1360. Still, like I said, looking at about 3%. So if I can end 3% and finally just get out of those two and then get back on track, I'm looking at TVIX very strong. The more volatile this market is, the more I'm going to be just going balls deep into TVIX, in all honesty, because TVIX is just great. I mean, it's just amazing to just ride it for a short period of time. I mean, look, and it always seems to be like after hours for some reasons when it has jumps. But I mean, it shows signs of doing it during the day too. I mean, look at this day right here. This day was just beautiful. This was the day that I traded it and made like 6.6% and then like another 3% if I remember right. Say you waited for some confirmation, 3 candlesticks, rode that puppy up. I mean, I would have sold right here. I would have probably sold like really soon, just because I'm conservative, obviously. But say you wrote it up just to here, 11%, and that was not a long period of time, guys. Like, look, this is 9:15. That was 10:45. So in about an hour and a half, you made 10% on your money. Most people, if you make like 10% on your money, I mean, I'm gonna be done for the day. I'm just gonna take my profits and go have a beer or something. I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the day, or in my case, go to bed, get some sleep. But actually, I probably won't get that much sleep just because I don't like sleeping during the day. But you get what I'm saying. I mean, this is just I love this ETF stock, whatever the hell it is. I don't care about the logistics. I care about making money. And I love how volatile stock is. But that's what I'm saying. It's easy to get caught. You can get caught how I did. I got caught, got in at a horrible time. I didn't know what I was exactly doing at that point. I knew it kind of followed the market. I personally believe the market was going to continue to crash. I was kind of looking forward into the future, so to speak, because obviously tomorrow's looking like a horrible day, which is why it is possible. I mean, this could hit $12, $13 tomorrow, but either way, I think 12 is realistic for tomorrow, but that's a whole nother just subject. But point being, the stock is just amazing. Pretty much any day that it's almost guaranteed, obviously nothing's guaranteed with the stock market, but any day that's almost guaranteed that the stock market is going to go in the shitter for that day specifically, that is a day I'm going to be all over TVIX from like here on out, just because, I mean, I love it. It's just so quick. It happens so quick. I mean, I'll be fine with, like I said, 3 to 5%. If I can get 10%, oh my God. I mean, 10% on $1,000, guys. That's $100. $100 day. Could you be fine with $100 day every single day or something like that? I mean, obviously you're not going to get 10% out of this every single day, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, it's just amazing. That's why I love, people are freaking the fuck out, because yes, I mean, this is bad for people that only do like retirement 401ks and stuff. Yeah, I kind of feel sorry for those people, but I don't at the same time, because this information's out there for everybody. If someone that didn't even someone that's a college dropout, barely even finished high school in all honesty, can access this information and invest their money their own way, then I don't see why everyone else can. But that's a whole nother subject for a whole nother rant. But people are freaking out, but I'm like, dude, I'm ready to make some money. I love volatility. I know with volatility comes money for the people that are willing to put in the work. So yeah, I mean, definitely just exciting times. See how many we got tuning in right now. We still got 3 watching. Ask me a question or something. Is there any stocks or anything you want to know about the stock market specifically that maybe I can answer for you? We got 3 of you watching right now. One of you's been active. You've been very active, JW. I appreciate you. You've given me a lot of love since you joined the community. But the other 2 of you, shoot me something. Any question, like any question really. Do you all want to talk about level 2 a little bit more? Obviously, like I said in the video yesterday, there's not much we can really look at with level 2 just because there's just not much going on. I mean, tomorrow morning I can definitely hop into level 2. I'm probably going to use level 2 a little bit tomorrow. It's actually going to be my first time actively using level 2 to just look at my get out point. I'm really anxious and excited to see what can happen with using level 2. I never even knew I had it here in all honesty until I recently learned about it. That's why I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention because, I mean, it can really be a game changer for you. You can literally see the wall of bidders versus the wall of people, like what they're wanting out of it. So this guy's wanting 1038. He's only got 18. See, like right now, who's going to win? The people driving the price up, not the people driving the price down. So, I mean, even here, 1054, he outweighs them. 1038. It's looking like where we're going. I wouldn't be, yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we open up 1050 tomorrow. I'm anxious. I'm ready to see it. Oh my god. Looking forward to that level 2. Yeah, I'm really anxious. I'm already liking it because, I mean, it just gives you a good idea. I mean, it's almost just basic math. Like, you see 2, 1, 2, 18, 8, 4. Who's going to win that battle, guys? The wall with 18, 8, 4 or 2, 1, 2? I mean, it's just almost basic math. But, yeah, it's going to be awesome seeing, like this isn't shit. I mean, this is, like, stupid small. Wait till you see hundreds of thousands. It can really get interesting really quick. So, I'm super excited. I'm stoked for just this week overall. I think this week is going to be nuts. I think the bulls, as for like big bulls, as you like to call them, bulls that are just driving the quote-unquote bull market for like SPY and everything, I think they're going to be eating bear shit by the end of the week for sure. But that's just my take personally. Now, obviously, this could all change day by day. Earnings is starting this week. Who knows what's ever going to happen between the U.S. and China on the trade war situation. For all we know, by the end of the week or end of next week or near future, the whole trade war thing might be resolved. It might just be, like everyone, like a few people keep saying, it might just be negotiation tactics. Who's to say? I mean, it's going to be interesting. We're in very interesting times for sure. I'm definitely excited, though. That's the only thing I'm worried about is I hate having my chart squished. I like having... I'll probably be going back and forth in all honesty. Between, like, I'll pop level 2 off sometimes just because I like having my full chart available to me. I'm kind of just picky about that shit, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there were a lot of people that got into TVIX right around like 9:45. I still, like, I talk a lot. I mean, I don't talk a lot really, but like when I talk about stock twits, I kind of tend to down it some. But I mean, there are some like good, like smart people in there, and there's some people in there have gotten in like 9:35, 9:45. And I'm like, man, if I were you guys, in all honesty, I would be cashing out for, like, I understand the theory of holding it because we're in such a volatile market. You can only see it. Most people would see this going up at least to about 11.50 to 12 tomorrow. But, I mean, if you got in even at 9.50 and we're probably going to open up at like 10.50 at least tomorrow, I mean, that's 11% profit. Why would you not just take that and run? But at the same time, they're calculating that potential risk versus reward. Say they were to sell at 1050, that's about 11.5%. Say they wrote it up to 12. I mean, you're looking at double that. You're looking at 25% at that point. So, I mean, it's just like I said, everyone has their own type of style, own type of just way of doing things. Me personally, I'm like just a firm believer in just always covering profits and then getting back in. It's never too late to get back in, but sometimes it can be too late to get out. So that's just my whole take on it in all honesty. But so I'm assuming that our stream is actually doing well, at least, because I'm not having too many complaints or anything. Ooh, we just dropped down to 2. Apparently they didn't like me too much. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes people got stuff to do. We've been on here for, oh, someone probably hopped over to Ricky's thing. I'm probably going to hop over there myself. We've been going 50 minutes strong already. So, and I definitely suggest you guys go look at Ricky's channel if you haven't already. I'm assuming most of you have. He's like one of the most known traders like on YouTube. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. I cannot wait. We're literally less than 12 hours away from market open. I cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to it. But thank you guys again for all the support. If it wasn't for you guys, I would have no reason for doing this other than just talking to a camera and a wall at the end of the day. But if you guys did like the video, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that as always. And if you see this video after the stream, or if you've seen it live or whatever and you're new and you did like it, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below. I greatly appreciate that as well. Good luck to you too. I will see you in the morning, it sounds like, more than likely. But yeah, until next time, guys, keep on going out there making those profits, covering those profits, and achieving some financial freedom. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.